Should be me. But this guitar I had with me in Africa. And this guitar was stolen. This is one of the things that was stolen in the burglary. So I went along to police headquarters and I said, look, we've been burgled. And one of the things that was stolen was my guitar, which is a very precious thing to me because it was actually played by President Kenneth Kaunda. This is just shortly after independence, you see. So I told the police, and lo and behold, a couple of days later, somebody handed this in at the police station. So, and I can't remember what he sang, but one of the songs which he always used to sing, Tieni pamosi mutima ubo, tieni pamosi mutima ubo, tieni pamosi mutima ubo, tieni pamosi mutima ubo. Oh tieni tieni pamosi, tieni mutima ubo, which means we will go forward with one spirit. Tiendi pamosi, we will go forward together, pamosi. Mtima, spirit, umo, one.
I picked it up later on because I joined first of all, I joined the Spinners and Dyers. That was when we lived up at Tenbury, which is up the hill over that way. And I met the farmer in the field, and he had his sheep in the field right next to our house. And I was picking bits of fleece off the fences, and he said to me, "Oh, you must go and join the Guild of Dyers, Spinners and Weavers, and they meet in Ashford." And so I did. I joined the guild, and I learnt a lot. And when I first joined it, people were not using colour in spinning and dyeing very much. No, it was all sort of greys and black and brown, and a bit dreary. And one of our meetings, we had Kath Bassett came and talked to us and showed us about colour. And before we could turn around, everybody had sprung into dyeing and colour, and it really changed the work that they produced. And it's very difficult because when there's something you really like that you've made, you don't want to sell it.
It's the hard part.
It's the difficult part. And I always put a label on the back so that I know when I did it. That one's called Other Worlds. This one's just called Circles. And I think they go very well together, these two. And I exhibited them in our church. I found a picture in I think it was a Sunday magazine. It was just a little tiny newspaper picture. And I thought, oh, that's a good idea, and I'll make something of it. So I made it bigger. And it's called Is There Anybody There? You know when you go into housing estates and things, and it looks very quiet and very empty, and there's always someone who's twitching the curtain and saying, "Who's that there?" And that's what I thought that reminded me of.
There's a story, apparently when I was a little boy, I was playing with another little boy, and he said, when I grow up, I'm going to be a trumpeter in Daddy's regiment. And I was supposed to have said, I'm going to be something far more sickening than that. I'm going to be a sailor. And this is at the age of about 4, I think. So you can't tell where it started from. you sort of looking back on our life and sort of seeing it as all amazing and incredible and so on, and massive difference. But to us, it just seemed a relatively normal thing to do. You know, I was looking for a job, as you know, Caroline, I was in the Navy, and I just finished training as a torpedo anti-submarine specialist and was stationed at HMS Osprey, which is a shore establishment on Portland Bill, when she got polio. And currently, at that time, pregnant with Tim. So I had to think, you know, what happens if I'm suddenly sent somewhere by the Navy? How are we going to look after Caroline? The colonial government being a sort of dominant colonial power, but in reality it wasn't like that at all. We were doing rural development, we were building roads, building dispensaries, doing vaccination campaigns, trying to eliminate malaria and sleeping sickness and things like that, forestry, agriculture, rural development. And generally sort of helping the country towards independence.
No, every time Gavin's job changed, I had to sort of do a bit of juggling.
How was it when you guys moved to Zaire?
It was very interesting.
Yeah?
Very interesting, but quite restricted in art because we were on a camp where they were looking for minerals. There were very few people on it really, but they were nice, and we made a lot of friends. We were quite relieved when we went back to Zambia.
Anyway, you might have noticed that pirates often seem to have something missing. So you might think it's nothing but a bit of fun being a pirate, but it's not true. Oh, being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses an ear. It drips down your neck and it falls on the deck until someone says, "Oi, what's his ear?" You can't wear your glasses, you can't pull the lasses, your friends have to shout so you'll hear. Being a pirate is all fun and games until somebody loses an ear. Oh, it's all part of being a pirate, a pirate, a pirate. You can't be a pirate